step one, right, it's pretty basic. You want to learn everything about that disease, right, which ultimately leads to understanding that patient journey or that caregiver journey. So collaborate with medical regulatory, understand the clinical trials. What is the specific indication that we're researching for? What challenges are we seeing in a clinical trial? You're really taking that extra step to really dive deep. And if it's a rare disease, there sometimes isn't a lot of information out there. So really your medical and regulatory teams can become of critical importance. They can also help you understand too, what are the patient's treatment options? Is the product that you're launching first to market for the disease? Or are you second or third to market? And why is that important for a distribution model? Well, if there's other products on the market, do you need to mirror that distribution model and select the same specialty pharmacies? Or do you want to try something completely different and maybe go even with a more limited network? What if the treatments available today are available through an open access model? If patients are getting their products through retail pharmacy, what will it mean for the patient to really have to transition to specialty pharmacy? How do you explain to the patient that different model for accessing their therapy? Secondly, I just wanted to call out something that's really basic, but internal training around distribution is really important. And what does that mean? It really means just socializing what your vision and strategy is for the distribution model. You want to understand the folks that you're working with, how familiar are they in launching a specialty product? And you may think, well, everybody knows these acronyms that we work with, but not necessarily. So, conducting internal training, I can remember sitting through a meeting with a pharma client who actually had the founder of the drug in the room, a scientist, brilliant scientist. And as we went through our presentation, he said, can you just please help me understand, what does PBM mean? What is an SP? And it's so basic, but it's so important to define all of those partners so that everyone understands the role that they play. And the last example under coordination is it's so important to work with supply chain and really understand what is the commercial presentation the product might be in. Sometimes it's not an ideal configuration, but that's what you're going to bring to market. So maybe the trials were started with, if it's an injectable product, maybe a vial and syringe, and you're not going to have an easy to use, say, auto injector or syringe. You're going to have a vial and syringe, right? So how are you going to train the patient? Is it going to be through your specialty pharmacy? Will the nurse go to the home? Will it be done virtually? So all of those little nuances in working with different departments, you can really glean some uniquenesses around how you're going to need to design your model.